students, teachers, professors, principals, vice principals, and all the persons related to education are requested to listen my statements about easy spoken English formula. There are so many books in the market. There are so many methods in the market. There are so many procedures to learn English in school, institution, college, university, etc. etc. But why do we need again easy spoken English formula? Here is the explanation. Our purpose is to make complex things simple, not to make simple things complex. That's why I have invented, by the grace of Almighty, I have nothing to invent. So by the grace of Almighty, I have discovered a new formula, that is easy spoken English formula. In this world, someone has discovered train, someone has discovered plane, someone has discovered electric light, someone has discovered electric fan, pen, and different items like computer, like mobile, different things have been discovered. But I have discovered one thing in a challenging method in the world, that is easy spoken English formula. Generally, the books which are available in the market are taught in the reverse way, what I am saying in the easier way. Why? In the general books, students are taught from the thumb to the little finger. But here I have taught little finger to thumb, because our hand is God gifted. We, the learners, always try to learn easier way, and we should think that once we were the children, then we had become elder and elder. So the little finger is the symbolical representation of our childhood. Then we are growing, then it is ring finger, then again we are growing, that's why middle finger, again after a certain stage we become smaller. So that is by index finger, and then the thumb one is here mentioned as honor finger. So by this finger method, today I will discuss to the students, to the learners, about this easy spoken English formula. How is that? Generally, the books available in the market, we see that assertive sentence is taught first, then interrogative sentence, then exclamatory sentence, then imperative sentence, then optative sentence at last. But here I have changed the reverse way. How? The optative sentence first. And that has been mentioned here as Krishna method. Krishna, we know, Krish means, here I have written here, Krish means English. As English is international language, if people come from Japan, German, China, America, Russia, India, so different people have different languages. So they won't be able to communicate each other if they do not know a common language. That is English language. That's why it is international language. That's why it is most essential to communicate with the people of different parts of the country. That's why we need easy formula by which the different persons of the different places can learn this in easier way. And it is better if we learn it. How has God has learned us? How has God created us? How has God taught us? How has God made us? So our God has made our hand, our leg, our brain, everything, the parts, kidney, heart, liver, all these things are running at a particular rhyme. Okay, so that rhyme, if we understand, then it is very easy to understand this English language. Because we know there are only 26 letters in English language from A to Z. And these 26 letters are dominating the whole world. And no other letter is there which is writing below that letter. Like in Bengali, there are 52 letters A, U, Asu, Dirgho, Ril, A, Oi, Okar, Ukar. There are so many things are there. But here, but Hindi also is there. So many adjacent letters are there. But here no question of any conjugate letters. Only the letters are sitting or we are writing side by side only. So, to understand this language, we have to learn the sentences first. Because in this world, 5 sentences are only there. As we have 5 figures in our hand, 5 sentences are there only in the world. No one can show me or any people that 6 sentences. Only 5 sentences. What are those? Those sentences are written in the book as assertive sentence first, then interrogative sentence, then exclamatory sentence, then imperative sentence, then operative sentence. I think this process should be changed totally, because this process which are taught in the books are reverse of the God's process. So that God's process is that this hand process I have written here. Within the fingers, some sentences. So where we can see that this little finger as denoted by K here, K means king finger. And here R means ring finger, I means eye finger because it looks as eye. And S means search question finger. And this H means honor finger. So what do I mean by this? Why this little finger is named as king finger? That we should know. Because always our purpose is to make little one king. Those who have nothing, we want to give something to them. So those who are little, we want to make them big. We want to make them king. That's why king finger. And we know here king means God. As due to God, the day is started, night is started, or other things are happening due to God only. So, at first I have paid respect to God by saying him as king, though it has been named as a little finger in colloquial processes. So here, I want to say this little finger as king finger, and it has been named as optative sentences. Optative means wishing. May God bless you. May you live long. Always we say all these sentences through optative sentence. That's why we have to say optative sentence first. Why? You may ask me. Answer is that if you can't survive, if you are not blessed by the Almighty, if you don't live long, so what is the use of other sentences? imperative sentence, exclamatory sentence or assertive sentences, if you have no existence, so your existence in the world will come through God's blessings only. So that blessings comes through king finger, that is little finger. So that's why this little finger has been named as optative sentence. For the existence of living being first. That's why I have given the first as optative sentence and started the study of sentences from optative only. Because optative sentences gives the existence of the living being. That's why the optative sentence has given first. And the example of optative is that, may God bless you, may you live long. Okay, clear? If there be any doubt, any question, feel free to contact me. Feel free to ask me any question regarding this. My phone number is 6289626775, and that has been mentioned also here. In this chart also, my phone number is also given here, 6289626775. Now the question is that, after this sentence, what will come? That is imperative sentence. I have placed imperative sentence after optative because why? If the persons are existed or the existence of living being occurs, then he is able to carry out one's advice, order or request. So that's why imperative sentence is given the next of optative sentence. And this has been named as R. R means ring finger. We know why do we use ring at this ring finger. Why? To follow advice, request, order. He or she will be able to pay the respect to the elders by order, request or advice. He can or she can lead his life. So first existence, then to lead life we have to carry out some order, some request, some advice of the seniors or juniors, no problem. So that's why imperative sentence. And the examples of imperative sentences are here written as, suppose order, do it now. Advice, don't run in the sun. Request, please give me a glass of water. So these three things are only there in imperative sentence. That's why I have named it as ring finger. R. So we know Krishna, already K we have explained and R we have explained, and in next classes also we will explain in details. Just in short way we are discussing this much. Next I am coming to I. So if we look our hand, anyone's hand, either he may be junior, senior, no problem. So you see that this middle finger lies at the central. So this finger is situated centrally. That's why central finger, and it looks as I. Out of all the alphabets A to Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, you know. So this central finger looks as I. So I have named it as I finger, as it looks as I. No need to make simple things complex, I told you earlier. That's why this central finger is denoted as I. So I is the main thing in the world because I am the wonder and I am the happiest, or I am the most worried person in the world. Whatever I may think, so that may happen according to my thought. So that's why this I is named as or classified as exclamatory sentence. Because I is the wonder. So wonder is what thing? I may be happy or may be sorry. If the sentences are there in the world having some happinesses or sorrow, that we have to think ourselves. How? As example, we may explain as, alas, the man has died. That means a sorrowful incident that is coming under I, that is central finger. And in case of happiness, hooray, we have won the match. So that will come under central finger. So all this happiness or sorrowness which is existed among a person, if I don't exist in the world, so how can I understand the happiness or sorrowful incidents in our life? So that's why any sentence of exclamation having happiness or sorrowful incidents come under exclamatory sentence, and that's why it is denoted as exclamatory sentence. As it looks as I, that's why it is denoted as I finger. Okay. And next we are coming to S. This S stands for searching question. Who, what, when, how, which. All these words, WH words, no doubt indicate questions. And generally, we use this finger for asking question. How old are you? Where do you stay? Go. Stand up. In this way, some people ask questions to other people. So this finger always searching, used for searching. So that's why search question finger. That's why this index finger actually named as searching question finger. Now the question comes in mind that why do I place this searching question finger after this king finger, ring finger and eye finger? The reason is that this king finger gives the existence of the people. This R finger, if the people is existed, then he will or she will follow or obey some advice or request, etc. And then some happiness or sorrowness will come in his or her mind if he exists and if he follows or obeys some advice or request. Then comes the point of question, what is his achievement, what is her achievement, and what is the position of that after following all these processes. Then the question will come out. Otherwise, in the beginning, if we start question, that is not good. After completion of 1 year or 3 semesters or 4 semesters, no matter it may be, so after studying, we give question paper to the students. We do not give question paper to the students first. We give question paper to the students after some steps. That's why here after first step, second step, third, we have given question at 4th step. That's why the searching question comes here. And it looks as, it indicates as S. S for searching question. And the examples of the searching questions are that, how old are you? What is your name? What are you doing? Where do you stay? How old are you? All these things are the questions always we ask by WH words or any way, not only WH words, just by from sentence also. I am a teacher. Am I a teacher? You are a doctor. Are you a doctor? In this way, any question, any form comes under this searching question. So that's why a questionable sentences are come under this search finger, just like searching engine. In computer, search engines are there. Similarly, searching questions are there in your mind, because our mind is always curious. Always we have some curiosity in our mind. So that's why we want to mitigate all curiosities which are existing in our mind. That's why this search question indicates interrogative sentence what is mentioned in other books available in the market. So according to the creation of God, this hand we have got. So we have got, by the help of God, this hand, finger. So these are the easy process to learn English. Now we are coming to the last one, that is thumb, which has been denoted by here H. So I have named here thumb as owner finger, because we generally give honor to the old people, to the aged people. We do not say them as old, as aged. We will say them as honored. That's why the thumb we should say as honor finger. That's why it is denoted by H. So we have already mentioned K for king finger, R for eye finger, R for ring finger, K for king finger, R for ring finger, I for eye finger only, as you say I, and is searching question finger, and H for honor finger. And this is known as assertive sentence, what we see in grammar books in the present world. So this assertive sentence, why? One thing I want to say to the listeners, that when the language was not discovered, when the printing machine is not discovered, when school, college, university are not come into play, how, at that time, how do the people communicate each other? By some symbols, by some methods by which one can understand each other what they are saying. Main thing is to understand what he is saying, whether he wants to quench his thirst or not, whether he needs an umbrella or not, whether she wants to cook or not. So by that symbolical representation, on those days we were able to understand about the methods of our learning. So here, these assertive sentences we have denoted by this thumb. Why? When we make our thumb in this up, that it means yes. When we make yes, and when we make our thumb down, that means no. So by the symbolical representation of thumb, by making it up, so that's why it is yes type sentences. Yes, we have done. Yes, I am agree. Yes, I will do this work. So when this thumb is made above or up, we understand that yes. And when this thumb is made down, that it shows that no, I am not agree with that work. So it is no. So by thumb only, we all represent in today, in different activities, we show our yes. That means we are agree. So thumb is used, not index finger, not central finger, not ring finger, or not middle finger. Only thumb is used to show all these activities, yes or no. So all yes, no sentences come under this assertive sentence. That way, I want to explain. That's why this thumb is denoted as honor finger. Sometimes when we think suitable about the program, we say yes, and when it is not suitable, we say no. That's why it comes under assertive sentences. And assertive sentences is of two types we know, affirmative and negative. Affirmative means yes, and negative means no. As for example, affirmative say, we will do this work. Affirmative. Negative, we will not do this work. We will go there, affirmative. We will not go there, that is negative. Very simple. Now, we have to explain about these English sentences. Only these 5 fingers, not more than that, not 6 fingers or 7, because God has given us 5 fingers, and in English language, in the English world, international world, there are only 5 sentences. And it is my challenge that no one in this world will be able to say or to show or to write any sentences other than these 5 sentences. So if we are able to understand about these 5 sentences, so we will be able to understand English easily. Now, again, as per the chart given here, I have written first time in the language world. Why first time? Because I have not seen anywhere about the process I am explaining to learn English this way. Then the children, the citizens, the would-be citizens of our motherland, or of the world, children of Japan, German, America, Russia, India, whatever may be the place, no matter. But language, if it is taught this way, the children will be able to understand this language easily as he or she is growing day by day, becoming smaller to larger and to the largest, and after achieving some point, they are again deteriorating, becoming smaller and the smallest. So if we think this way, then the study will be fine. Our purpose is to make complex things simple, not to make simple things complex. I have told you earlier. So that's why I have mentioned here, Chris means English. And within bracket I have written hero. Why? In the language world, English is hero. And in the spiritual world, Lord Krishna is hero. So that's why if we understand English in spiritual way, thinking as spiritual hero, Krishna, Almighty, then our 2 purposes are covered. Sometimes we are ready, or sometimes we try to do 2 things at a time. We are speaking and we are thinking. We are writing, thinking, doing work and thinking something in our mind. So 2 things can be done at a time if we learn this way. Why 2 things? We are learning English, and side by side we are praising Krishna also. We are taking the name of Lord Krishna also. That means our 2 purposes served. So by learning, we are getting the touch of feet of God, Lord Krishna. And by learning this way, we are getting in touch of the sentences, of all the sentences exists in the world. So that's why I have written here Chris. Up to Chris means English. And two letters not yet told about. Why? Because if we know Chris, we have understood already English. And N means what? N for now, A for able. So now we are able. That's why I have written here N here and A here. At the two ends of the hand. 5 fingers are there. And those who are joined, that's those 5 fingers. So 2 points must be there. So at one point is N and another point is A. So N stands for now and A stands for able. So what is now able? We are now able to read, to write, to understand and to speak fluently. That's why Krishna. Chris and N. So here K means king finger, that is which has been named as little finger. So that is K, and that is denoted by optative sentence. And that is why it is king finger named. I have explained. Here I have written always our purpose is to bless, to make little one king, and common people runs their lives as per the king's wish. These are the most important things which I have left in the early to discuss. So that is that. Common people runs their lives as per the king's wish. As God leads us, we lead that way. If it is rain, we have to tolerate rain. If it is sun, we have to tolerate sun. If it is winter, we have to tolerate winter. That's why we have to follow the path by which God leads us. So that's why we have started this sentence as optative sentence, praising the God first, being the gratefulness or showing the gratefulness to the God first. That's why king finger K denotes as king finger. And now R finger, that is ring finger of what I have written here, and that is imperative sentence, always used for holy works, as we put vermilion on our head. In Sanskrit there is a sentence, why do you put sandal wood? Place here. Why chandan? Why tilak? In Sanskrit it is said that chandanasya mahatpunnam pavitrang papanasanam apada harate nityam lakshmi tishtati sarvada. That's why this ring finger is used to put vermilion on our head. So all holy works is done by this hand. That's why ring finger. And here one thing we have to mention that Hindu, Muslim, Buddha, Christian, Jaina, whatever may be the religion, no problem. But Krishna is a science. It is not a, it is a concept of science minded. That's why any student from any religion may follow this process as it is a science. We have to think of science behind the religion, because according to the scientist Einstein, we know that the relation between science and religion, what is that? He told that science without religion is lame, and religion without science is blind. That means religion and science crosses the road by helping each other. How? Just I want to say a story here, very short. What is that? A lame man and a blind man was there to cross a road. But lame man cannot cross the road individually, and the blind man also cannot cross the road individually, because lame man cannot walk and blind man cannot see. So how do they cross the road? But that lame man and blind man agreed that they will help each other to cross the road. How? Blind man told the lame man to sit on the shoulders of the blind man, because blind man is able to walk on the path. So the lame man sat on the shoulder of the blind man, because blind man is able to walk, but lame man can see. So these two eyes work as headlights to show the paths. So lame man sat on the shoulders of the blind and they crossed the path easily. Similarly, science and religion should be thought also in that way. So Krishna is a science. That's why I have used here this science method, this Krishna method, to learn English very well. So now I have explained K and R and I as central finger, because exclamatory sense, because I, the most wonderful things in the world about myself, the existence of myself. If I do not come in the world, whether the world exists or not, if I go out from the world will exist or not. When journalists asked Newton that all people of the world are praising you and you are playing violin sitting in the seashore, he answered that I don't know what may happen to the world, but to myself I seem to have been like a boy playing in the seashore and diverting myself now and then, finding smoother people or prettier still than ordinary. Whilst the greatest portion of truth lay all undiscovered before me. So, he answered the exact things in this way, a sentence about the wonders of our existence in the world. So that's why all wonders, all exclamation comes under this I. Always centralized middle finger looks as I, symbol of very sad or very glad, so exclamatory. And next one is I have written here S for searching, that is asking, finger interrogation sentence. Always index finger indicates interrogation, question. That's why so interrogative. No search, no march. If we do not search anything, we cannot march anywhere. So that's why no search, no march. And next one is H, honor finger, which has been thumb finger, assertive. Always the old one is honor, and the old one sometimes takes decision yes or no, and up for yes and down for negative. That's why yes stands for affirmative, N stands for negative. Sentences to assert and the words to be asserted. So that's why honor finger is known as assertive sentence. And here a clock is given here, and writing A to Z. The significance of this existence of the clock is that there are 26 letters in alphabet. And here I have given 26 letters, and mind that 24 letters are most important thing, and 2 letters are very interesting letter. That is, if we say that X up to X, that is 24, and YZ. So YZ, according to me, according to universe, according to the galaxy, we are nothing. U, this Y stands for U and Z for 0. So as per the existence of galaxy, U 0. So what is the remaining? Only 24 letters. And 24 hours are there in a day. So if we do not think ourselves 0, we won't be able to learn anything. So we have to write from 0. That's why U 0 means this way, that's way. Just we are some joking also, not like that. Some jokes must be also there with this study also, then it will not be difficult to you. So that's why the hands of a clock in 24 hours, if we can understand these 26 letters in 24 hours, within a very short time, that's as per the clock, if disciplined, because why clock? To be disciplined. So we have to learn English also in disciplined manner. Then If disciplined east or west, clock time says you are the best, not zero, you are the best. So that's why the existence of this clock is given here. And this is Krishna, Hare Krishna, thought and taught by, I am very simple teacher, Ajay sir, my name is written here. I am ex-army AWS teacher. AWS stands for Army Welfare Education Society. As I have qualified in national level exam AWS, that's why it is written here AWES, all Army Welfare Education Society. And here it is written, our purpose is to make complex things simple, not to make simple things complex. Here, human, not only hand, mind that. In the next classes we will come about heart, about brain, about liver, about kidney. There are so many things are there by which we can learn in easier way mathematics also. On that classes I will explain easy mathematics formula, easy physics formula, chemistry formula, also in our physiological, in our process of the limbs, how those are made, we can learn in easier way. That's why I have written here, though it is not visible to all the people, that's why I am going through these words, that is here human hand, heart, organ system, rhythmically matched for learning English, math, science and others, experimentally verified and proved truth for the existence of Almighty, living being and language all together. That's why I have written here this way. And this process is dedicated to the feet of my mother, to the feet of my brother, those who have inspired me to write, to explain all these things in simpler way to the students, because of teaching profession in my educational life. That's why I have dedicated all this to their feet, those who have inspired me to do all these things. And here, hand is God gifted in here, that you know very well. And here a picture of male, and here a picture of female is given. And in between that male and female, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z is written. Why? Because these 26 letters are there, which are used for talking in all the places, in all the positions or geographical positions of the places, or all the persons of the world, because the persons are using only all these letters only, not other than these letters. That's why either he may be a male or he may be female, he may be any person, any from any community, no problem. So only these are uttered by them. That's why symbol of a male and female is given. And I have written here, if we know our hand, we become expert in English. God creates mouth, because this mouth has been created by God. That's why due to which we are able to speak. So God creates mouth, mouth creates language. We know this. So by this mouth we can say very inspiring words, very good words, and by this mouth we may say some vulgar words by which people may be irritated. So that is our purpose, to use this my mouth in a positive way by which people are inspired. So I request to all the teachers of the institution, schools, principals of the college or school or an institution, vice principal, professors, and the writers of the English language book or English language or English grammar, I am politely requesting to them not to make this very simple English language complex. All the English medium schools are run parallelly to the Bengali medium schools. Why? All English medium, all Bengali medium, nothing but a language medium. So parallelly, if the English medium courses are run in all those school colleges, so there will be no harassment of the students. no harassment of the parents, and the students will also be able to learn this easy language easily, and the students should not be afraid of tomorrow, because as they have seen yesterday and they like today. So that's why if this method is implemented in Gurukul education system, those who are learning Sanskrit also, they are also requested to follow this process easily. Because we know Sanskrit is mother of all the languages all over the world. English has come from Sanskrit. Bengali, Hindi, Japanese, Chinese, American, Russian, all the languages of all over the world, mind that, has come from Sanskrit, not from English, has come from Sanskrit, not Sanskrit from English. So it is the oldest language of the world is Sanskrit. And that has made easier way from Sanskrit to English. We have, like we know, that in Sanskrit to Bengali, Hindi, to make it more easier to the people, those languages are discovered. But main language of the world is, oldest language of the world is Sanskrit. But here, due to international name and international fame, and as it has been declared as international language, that's why we have to learn English as international language, as our government, as our honorable government have already mentioned English as international language. That's why if the institutions, schools, colleges run this English language parallelly in all the Bengali medium schools, all the Hindi medium schools, then the students of the coming generation will not at all be afraid of this international language, English. And in this way, this hand is expressed, and we observe that another hand is there. Why? Because we have not a single hand. God has not given us a single hand. God has given us two hands. Right or wrong? Surely all of you say right. We have two hands. That's why these are the gifts of God, two hands. So if we understand two hands, we can understand this English language easily. Why? This hand is already explained, and this hand will be explained in later on in the next classes. But today just I am giving you the gist as I have shown you here. So here we know parts of speech, as there are parts of a cycle, parts of mobile, parts of fan, parts of different instruments, parts of mobile. So parts. Okay, parts of cycle we know handle, we know brake, bell, seat, chain, cover, tire, tube, all the parts of a cycle. So similarly, what we say the language, there are some parts. Those parts are named as, not as tire, tube, ring, brake, bell or chain cover. It is named as noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection, and conjunction. And the two hands are joined by this, like we know that Howrah Bridge or New York London Bridge communicates two cities. It joins, communicates, it bridges about two cities. Like Howrah and Kolkata joined by this Howrah Bridge. Similarly, London, Japan, Germany, there are so many bridges are there which communicate with the two cities. So here is also like that. That is called conjunction. We are helping the bridge between this hand, between this end and this end. That's why conjunction. So, in this, by this little finger, noun, it is pronoun, it is adjective, it is verb, it is adverb, it is preposition, It is conjunction and interjection. You see that 5 fingers and these 3 parts. These 2 end one and the connection one. Conjunction, only 8 parts are there. How beautiful is it? So only 8 parts are there in a sentence. So it may not be 8 parts together in every sentences, but these are the main parts of any sentence. So it will be explained in the next class. And also some tenses are given here about past, present and future. Some astrologers, okay, say they see our hand and they predict about our future, about some, they also say something about past and they also can say about future. So like that only. Present tense is like that only. Some phenomena of past, present and future. So how can that tense can be learned by this hand? This has been explained here. How tense is explained here. Okay, that will be discussed later on. And some body parts are there and the examples of simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous. Similarly, simple present, simple continuous, present continuous, present perfect continuous, and in future also simple future, future continuous, future perfect, future continuous. How it can be represented by this hand, that is also written here. And if we understand this hand, we will be able to learn sentence also. So tense and sentences are the 2 pillars of this English language. If we can understand these sentences and tenses, we will be able to speak fluently, to write fluently, to communicate with each other fluently. That's why I again and again request to all the persons involved in educational system, eminent personalities, powerful personalities of the education department, I request to the government, honorable government of our state, country, honorable educational institutions like Gurukul of Mayapur, Vrindavan, Delhi, already this process, this concept has been praised by Vrindavan Gurukul school. I personally presented this concept to them and the students of that Vrindavan Man Mandir was there in Guru and Gurukul, the students are there. I personally explained this process and they have written and they have praised a lot about this learning process, and that due to the regular increased demand of this process, I have spent my valuable time for the students of the present generation and the future generation. If they implement this method to their brain, they will be able to learn this easily. That's why I request again and again to the honorable persons of our world, dignitaries persons of this world, school, colleges, they have to think, they have to change the system of learning process, changing that process by removing those grammar books and implementing these books parallelly. I am not paying respect to the books available in the market. I am paying. I pay due respect to the authors, to the writers, to the people, those who are delivering English education by the class, by the earlier process mentioned all these grammar books. I am not giving them any dishonor. I am paying proper respect also, because I have also learned English by those books. But I have done a research work in this language such that the students can learn this way by the way the God has made us. That's why it is my request, not order, not advice. It is my request to implement this method to understand English language easily for the future generation. And the writer, author of English grammar book are also requested to write these systems in those books by which students can grow through this system, by which they can easily cope up with this language in place of being afraid of this language. Because most of the students of this Bengal or other places are observed that they are afraid of English. What this English is very difficult, very problem, very painful language to them. Why this? It is easier than Bengali, it is easier than Hindi and other languages also. So that's why the authors of the English grammar book, writers, are requested to implement this method in the book, and for any cooperation, I am there to help those writers, those who are interested to implement this method in the books, because our purpose is not to earn a lot of money from the lot of students. Our purpose is to give proper education to the proper students, those who are interested to learn. But due to difficulties, due to our methods, they are going back to home, they are going back to pavilion, they are leaving their studies, being afraid of the English language. That's why it is very painful to me. Why it will happen? The language which is simpler than other languages in the world. So why the students will be afraid of this language? So the teachers, principals, vice principals, educational personalities, eminent educationists, I pay proper respects to them. I request them to implement this process in the book. I am Ajay sir. Someone says me yes in pseudonym Prasad Thakur. My phone number is as 6289626775. If there be any queries, any question, any question, any from about this process, I am there to cooperate and to publish this book for the betterment of the future generation of the students. Thank you so much for participating and listening this class, giving this valuable time. I will be grateful to all the people, those who are listening this one. By the same way, I am also thankful to them this time if it comes under some uses of any student or any of the persons of the society. I will be grateful to them, and my endeavor will be, my effort will get a great success if the students, if the teachers, and if the persons related in the educational field, those who are providing education to the students, I am really grateful to all of them if they give this process importance and to reach their desired goal, if they take this method, I will be there to help you always. Thank you. Thank you so much.